Epstein with your morning flash update. And this update is for Monday, the 6th of June, D-Day. Remember that. Very important. A lot of younger people won't remember that. And it is 2022, about 8:15 a.m. I apologize for not putting out your weekend updates. At the last minute, I decided to take a trip away from Chicago and just didn't get back in time to do it. It is free. My subscribers saw that I had done the morning subscriber videos for them, and then after that I took off. Apologize, but hey, it's summertime. I'm going to enjoy myself from time to time. And again, everything I do here is absolutely free, which brings me up to something before we get too far. Click the subscribe button. The more subscribers we get, the more we're able, if you can understand that, to get better viewership on YouTube. That kicks up other algorithms they have, and we get seen in more and more areas. So if you'd please do that, it would be very helpful. As you know, this is a pretty important update. I do a lot of work for you. Before we get too far, Conference Board's Employment Trend Index comes out at 9. In a surprise move today, we saw that Saudi Arabia's state oil marketeer raised their prices for July crude oil shipments to Asian destinations. All right. So what they're saying is, because the lockdown in primarily China has come off, if you will. They're now seeing Shanghai getting much more back to normal. Other cities that had the COVID restrictions in, they're getting back to normal. Well, they can start moving. So they increased it $6.50 a barrel. The market had not looked for anything like that. They were looking more for like $1.50 more, not 4 times that amount. So that gives you an idea. Today in the UK, Prime Minister Johnson, Partygate, he's going to get a no confidence vote. If that succeeds, it only takes, I think, 54 members of the House there to call that vote. You don't know who they are. They keep that secret. Then it would have to be about 180 members, if it gets to the next level, to vote him out of office. Then elections are called. So got to see what happens. An important day for him. Amazon today, 20-for-1 split. This has been known. Now the pricing is in there. You won't get the wild swings in Amazon that you saw for a long time. And obviously, you know, generally when you get a split, you think the market goes up a little bit. We'll see. In looking at the markets today, the stock market is higher. We're looking at copper lower, but all the other metals, especially the base metals of silver, taken off to the upside. I do not consider silver a precious metal. You can argue all you want, it's not. When you take a look at what goes on here with the energy market, it's fought for a while. It's up on the day, but well off the day's highs in all areas that you can see. Bonds and notes, well, remember, we're going to see the European Central Bank monetary announcements this week. Then we are coming up, I think it's the 14th or so, so just next week, we're going to see what our central bank does. Expect a 50 basis point hike. I'll be doing a piece today for Bloomberg on the impact of the QT, quantitative tightening, and the impact that does. I will share with you that my work research shows that over the full course of the $1.5 trillion decrease that is intended here, it's worth about a percentage point. So even if the Fed stops in September and pauses or goes to quarter-point hikes because they think inflation has peaked out to a degree, if that continues, that adds more pressure. Just giving you a headline there. Energy prices up a little bit. I can see that huge fight going on about wheat. As you know, Russia and Turkey are agreeing that Turkey will, if you will, monitor a corridor that can be opened up for Ukrainian shipments out. Ukraine is very concerned. Why trust either of them? And I don't blame them. Once the mines are removed, what's to stop the Russian fleet from just coming in? Turkey? You think Turkey's going to war with Russia over that? Get serious. So it would take NATO. Does NATO want to put itself in the way of now open sea war? I don't know that that's the case. You saw over the weekend a lot of talk about shipping by rail wheat out of Ukraine. Okay, that isn't going to happen either. The rail lines were blown up going into Belarus. Who's going to rebuild those? The second element is, what about all the wheat that Russia is confiscating from the areas they've taken? They are taking that wheat, I'm reading reports about it, bringing it through, selling it as now Russian wheat to those that will buy it. And that becomes the question. There's always somebody to buy. Example, Russian oil. Who's the big buyer right now? Well, we know China, but India. India is entering into long-term deals with Russia to secure at very favorable rates oil for themselves. So you've got that. There'll be others that do this. I mean, at the end of the day, the Biden administration doesn't have the right energy policy. People need help. They'll get it. They got to keep their economies going. They're really not interested in American politics. They're interested in their own. India's going to look out for India. I get it. You should get that too. One thing's morals, another's what you do to stay in power as a politician, and how do you keep a democracy going if that's what you're going to try to do. Now, another thing that I want you to consider, each morning, you heard me already apologize for not putting out my weekend update for you, the free one that I do here. But I don't miss my morning futures updates or the weekend update where I'm sitting there and telling you what I'm seeing on weekly charts. So Monday through Friday mornings cover primarily daily charts. I will move into a few weekly like I did today and show you where the stock market rally might culminate. But then Saturdays or Sundays, I will bring out and cover 40 charts, weekly versions as well. This is not expensive. You're spending more on your Starbucks each week than you are in my service. Buy a lot, and I have a better shot of doing you better. That's all it is a shot. So how do you get this? Just go to our website, iraepstein.com, under the word research, or take your cursor, move it on up here. You'll see an icon show. Click the icon. That's how you get there, and away you go. I think you'll find these 15, 20-minute long videos offer you trade ideas, stop ideas. I bring forth things you probably haven't seen on charts. I give you an education. I'm Ira Epstein. You have yourself a good day. I'll see you at the end of the day with our market wrap-up. Trade well.